Sip Girish, Sip Atmatray, Sip Chotwani, Sip Samatma, Sip Bliko, your topic today. Sip Vinita, Sip Pankaj, Sip Partiyama, Sip Shair, Rajesh, Sip Tina, Sip Chandra, Sip Sudeep, Sip Rekha, Sip Chidanand, Sip Rohit, Sip Sagai, Sip Raju, Sip Santosh, Sip Nichani, Sip Swati, Sip Meera, Sip Bliss, and sip all those who are hiding and not showing your pictures. Sip to all. Welcome. And we are on to a discussion today on public demand. You have asked for this discussion, and the subject is how can we see SIP in all? Come on. So, Bliko, would you like to, this is your subject, would you like to ask clarity on what you want, or you want the discussion to go straight on? Bliko.
Let the discussion go on.
Okay, good. How can we see Samatma? How can we see SIP in all Samatma?
Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham.
We can see SIP in all when we realize I am soul, soul is SIP, I am SIP, SIP in all. When we realize this, we can see it. I mean, we can see SIP in all.
It's a beautiful understanding of the formula. I like the formula is perfect, but is it as easy as that?
No, it's not easy. We have to realize it. It's not so easy, but with practice, I think we are coming to a point where we are seeing SIP in most of the things.
Actually, it is very difficult to see SIP in all. That is why this question was raised by Bliko. Bliko will tell you it is not as easy as ISIS. ISIS. It is our version of ISIS. I am SIP. SIP is soul. I am soul. SIP in all. Is that correct? What I'm saying? I am soul. Soul is SIP.
Soul.
I am SIP. SIP in all. If it is so easy, then everybody would be able to realize God.
Why it is not easy, but we have to realize it.
Okay, so let us get on to the next Atmatray, Rajesh, Chotwani.
Can I make comment?
Yes, Buddh.
Yeah. Dada, you should say very frequently, I expect nothing except everything.
Right. But how will we see SIP in all?
SIP in all means you accept everything, the fault of all.
No,
you accept it.
That's it.
I know it's difficult.
Suppose somebody is very nasty at you. How do you see SIP in that person?
Turn your right cheek.
Mahatma Gandhi style, is it you're saying?
Yes, absolutely. As Jesus Christ did say, if somebody were to hit you on the left, turn your right cheek.
No, that's a good way to do it, but it's not the way to see SIP in all. To see SIP in all is not easy. I must tell you, to see SIP in all, what Bliko has brought about today's topic is a very deep topic. And I don't know how many of us, I don't know, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. It's a deep topic. It's a deep topic means you can't just see SIP in all. It's not like going for a movie and seeing a movie. No. How can you see SIP in all? How? So, Atmatray.
Shivam, sir.
Sure.
The last week, as you told, Namaskar to everybody, like as you see, and I am doing the practice. And nowadays, I feel SIP in all, but sometimes I feel when I see my child is as a SIP, but when he is doing some mistake, I have to argument with him.
No, argument with a child does not mean not seeing SIP in the child. This is a very difficult. We are not talking about seeing SIP in the child or seeing SIP in the family or seeing SIP in the beloved or seeing SIP in the enemy. No. How can, Bliko's question was, how can we see SIP in all? You know something? Bliko, if you can see SIP in all, you are a Jivan Mukta. If you can see sip in all, you are an enlightened soul. If you can see sip in all, you have already crossed the barrier. Beda par ho gaya. Beda par ho gaya. We are not able to see sip in all. There is jealousy, there is anger, there is hate, there is revenge. All these are signs of struggling evolution. We are struggling to evolve.
Right.
And today I hope I will reveal to you what it means to see sip in all. Let me try. I mean, I'm not telling you that it is a cakewalk. I'm not telling you it is going to the park and having a chai. No, anybody can go to the park and have a chai. But you can't see God in all. You can't see sip in all. Atmatray over. Rajesh, Shair.
Okay, thank you.
Are you finished, Atmatray, or you have some more to say?
Now, sufficient now.
Thank you. Rajesh?
Sir, what I will say is, I have two views. So, as usual, my view, and then first is when you start seeing sip in yourself. So you should cross this stage when you dissolve yourself into believing that you are sip. Then, of course, Shah Rukh Khan has made it very easy. In his one of the songs are there. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just waiting for
And
you to
the
give your
second part, Shah Rukh Khan has done, Tu hi to jannat meri, tu hi mera junoo, tu hi to mannat meri, tu hi rukh ka sukoon, tu hi आँखियों की ठंडक, तू ही दिल की है दस्तक, और कुछ ना जानू मैं, बस इतना ही जानू, तुझ में रब दिखता है, यारा मैं क्या करूं. So first win over yourself, and then once you are dissolved into this, your perception, your seeing, everything will change, and then you will see sip in all.
But this Tujhme Rab Dikhta Hai, the problem is not that you see Rab. Today you see Rab in a girlfriend, then tomorrow you see Rab in another girlfriend, and you see in a third girlfriend. Then you are shifting girlfriends thinking they are Rab. You have to see Rab in all. You have to see Rab in all. And what you said was the first point. Shah Rukh Khan's point I don't accept fully, because it should not be taken away so easily. See, if you really see the God in your beloved, if you can really see the God, it is the highest prema yoga. But what you said, the first point, I respect that a lot. We have to dissolve ourselves. First, we have to realize, who am I? First, we must see God in me. If you cannot see God in you, you cannot see God in somebody else, not even in your beloved. You cannot see, if you are a shaitan, your premi, your pritam cannot become Bhagwan. You have to first be able to see God in you. What you said, that point. You have to dissolve yourself in God. Oh, that is the amazing point. That point I completely accept. Okay, Rajesh. The second point, we should be careful not to get carried away by Bollywood songs. See, it is always good to see God in the beloved, but it should be divine love.
Right.
If it is not divine love, if it is just Bollywood type of love, no, it has to be unconditional. It has to be unexpected, with no expectations. It is not loving the skin. It is loving the divine within. Okay, so it is a very difficult thing, but let us take. Aur kuch bolna hai, Shayad? Aur kuch? Thank you, Chotwani. Because today's subject is a serious subject. Chotwani.
Shivam, sir.
Yes, Shivam, sir.
Sir, to see sip in all, first of all, we have to achieve self-realization and God realization.
Correct. That is exactly sip in all. God realization is to see sip in all.
Yeah. When we achieve self-realized, we come to know that we are divine soul. And when we realize God, we come to know that God is energy and we all are manifestation of God.
When you all use the words when you all use the words, we come to know, I get scared.
No, first I say we realize, sir. After realizing,
So,
yeah.
a word, remove these words from your vocabulary.
Okay.
Don't use, even I, who was telling before this, I don't know, somebody else said, we know. No, knowing is of no use. First, what Shahid said, what you're saying, self-realization, realizing मैं क्या हूँ? मैं कुछ भी नहीं हूँ. I am just writing a bhajan CD. Today also I wrote in Switzerland, I wrote a bhajan on मैं नहीं हूँ. मैं नहीं हूँ. When you realize I am not I. But who am I? I am not I. I am not body. I am not mind. I am not ego. Who am I? I am the divine soul. That's the first step. Then the second step is to see God in all. Not to see God only in your premi. No. That comes third step. That is the next step. You cannot see God. तुझमें रब दिखता है cannot come till you say इंसान भगवान है. First, you have to have God realization, then Prema Yoga. You can't do Prema Yoga first and then God realization. So, Ashok Chotwani, you are right. How can we see SIP in all? We are still not getting the answer. We are far away from the answer. Ashok Chotwani, what you're saying is right. Self-realization, then God realization. But Bliko is asking, how? How? No, unmute. You are muted. You are muted. How? The question is how?
But when we achieve self-realization and God realization, so we can see SIP in also. And
then it should be very easy. Now, then the world should be able to become nirvana. The whole world should get nirvana.
And every day we are on Zoom call. We are evolving on the path of.
No. We need to get to the what you say theoretically. Theoretically, what you say is correct. But we are not able to see God in all. I am telling you, we are not able to see God in all.
But
so, how? What is the process? How do we see God in all? So we will ask Bliko and then Yogini. Chotwani, you please continue to think about the subject. What you said theoretically, what you said 100% right.
Okay, sir.
Bliko.
Shivam, everybody.
Yes, sir.
So my point is, how can we see? So first of all, how we see with our eyes, but we don't see with our eyes because eye is just an instrument, but we see through our mind and ego. It got mixed up and it colored the picture. This is good, this is bad, this is mine, this is yours, this is you separate, I separate. And even if we know there is a soul in everybody, and soul in you, and soul in me, and soul in everybody is not separate. Soul is one divine property. And you can compare with like our waves example. We are the waves of one ocean of consciousness. The consciousness is experiencing in this body. I say mine, I, and then start thinking I am separate than you. But we need to contemplate and go beyond the identity of body, mind, and ego. When we dissolve it by contemplating on birth and death, because how the soul appears, it never born. Soul appears, and how the death appears, death happens. Soul disappears, departs. Energy departs. Energy appears and energy departs. Energy never comes in existence or never go in destruction. It is everywhere. So if we contemplate it continuously, then we can realize there is soul in me, soul in you. It's safe. Then only we can get the picture.
No. You can by contemplating this matter, you cannot see SIP in all. Today you have to get
contemplating, you can get realization. You need to get realization. This is the first step I am talking about.
How to get that?
First step is to know and contemplate and assimilate. When it goes, you get clarity.
Let us use Adi Shankara's method. Let us try to use method. and then Yogini and Girisha. Why are we not able to see SIP in all? I'm questioning you. You are the subject provider today.
So
I'm
that is
not
the mind and ego. Mind and ego is the biggest enemy.
So let's get to the root. Why
So
we
this
are
is
not
the
able
enemy.
to see SIP? No. So why see? I'll let me tell you one thing. I don't know how much you have studied scripture and how much you've gone in Talash. When I was in Talash in 2012 and 2013, I read a book, and the book said, "You see with the eyes. How can I see SIP in all? You see with the eyes. If I remove the eyeballs, and keep on the table, can the eyes see? If I remove the eyes and keep on the table, the eyes cannot see. Though eyes are not seeing what you just now tried to mention, I'm giving you an extra version for you to understand. The eyes are only the sense organ. The eyes are, biologically, you know how the eye sees. You know biologically how the eye sees. You know, Bliko, how it sees eye. The eye sees. I believe I'm not an expert ophthalmologist, but the image is put in the back of the head in reverse, in ulta. And then again, it is made sida, and there's some method of the eye seeing. But I'm not here to teach you ophthalmology. I'm not teaching you ophthalmology. But the eye doesn't see. Huh? I am not the eye that sees. I am not the eyes that see. I am not the eye that says me. I am not the eyes that see. I am not the eye that says me. Who is that I that I am? I wrote this quote 5 years back. I am not the eyes that can see. I am not the eye that says me. Who is that I that I am? So if you want to see SIP in all, what Shair told was very beautiful, not the second portion, but the first portion Shair told. We have to be dissolved. We have to be completely dissolved in the divine. Or Rajesh told, I know Rajesh is still there in the call or not. We have to be completely dissolved. See, let me tell you, Bliko, my dearest Bliko, dearest Bliko. 0.0001% of the people in this world are fortunate. Do you think this is a footpath matter? In the footpath matter, you can get footballers. In the footpath, you can get footballers. But this matter is not for everybody. And the question you have asked for those who want to realize this, how to, to see SIP in all. Do you know what it means, Bliko? Do you know what it means? If you see SIP in all,
it is a metamorphosis.
You don't need any pleasure in life.
Yeah.
You are not dependent on any pleasure. No people, no pleasure, no possession. The moment you're able to see SIP, how to explain this nasha to you? But today I'm trying to make you realize from the back, reverse. What is holding us back from seeing SIP in all? What is holding us back, my dear Bliko, is that mind and ego, which does not exist. Bliko, it is that damn it, blind mind and ego, damn it, that does not exist. That bloody rascal, that does not exist, is stopping us from self-realization. What Atmatray told, and I think Ashok Chotwani said. But Ashok Chotwani just telling theoretically, Ashok Chotwani doesn't work, Ashok Chotwani. I'm not here to give, if I could give you some theory, I will just send you 10 books. Enough. No. How can I see God SIP in all? This is realization. This is अनुभूति ऐसी हो जाती है. देखो, अनुभूति ऐसी हो जाती है, आंखों से कुछ दिखता ना है, महसूस सच हो जाता है, एहसास सच का हो जाता है. इसलिए बोलते हैं क्या? इसका कोई परोक्ष नहीं, अंतर ज्ञान यूं ही हो जाता, अनुभूति सच की होती, अपरोक्ष अनुभूति है. अरे I didn't write अपरोक्ष अनुभूति. I am not taking any credit. Aparoksh Anubhuti was written by Adi Shankara in the 8th century. In the 8th century, Adi Shankara wrote the book Vivek Chudamani. I am not taking any credit for this. I am only reminding you, you want Ananda. You want Sat Chit Ananda. Then the question, that's why when Bliko told the question yesterday, immediately I grabbed it. I didn't, Bliko, aapne bola na question kal. Who gave the question?
So it's me, Rohit.
Oh,
It was Rohit,
sorry.
yeah.
I thought Bliko. So Rohit, so you are there on the call. It's your question. I'm sorry. So Rohit,
Yes.
आप chup के बैठे हैं. Come back and tell us what perspective you want. I hope the discussion is going in the way you want it to go.
Yeah, I mean, so what I want, when we, how we can see SIP is the question. So,
How can we see SIP?
yeah, because
So it is
SIP
not.
is what Soul and Posimon. One side. So in Posimon also,
It's just like you're saying. It's just like you're telling me. How can I see the car? And I take you to the automobile showroom and I show you wheels and tires and engine kept there. And I tell देखो गाड़ी देखो. तुम बोलेगा तुम सारा क्या दिखा रहा है? मुझे wheel दिखा रहा है, carburetor दिखा रहा है, गाड़ी दिखा है. तुम मुझे, you're showing wheel and machine and you're telling it's the car. I want to see the car. No, the car is not there. The car is not the parts of the car. The car is the car. You get it? You get it, Rohit? But the question is very deep, Rohit. I thought Bliko had brought about the question. The question what Rohit brought yesterday, how can we see SIP in all? The moment you see SIP in all, you don't need anything else. Do you know, my dear friends, why we have desires? You know why? Who can tell me why we have desires? Anybody? Anybody? Why we have desires?
That we are human beings, limited human beings.
My dear
We want
Girish,
to become expanded and become
my dear Girish, why do we have desires?
Ego and
because we
mind.
think we are limited
Focus of our ego.
ourselves.
We have
We want to
desires
become
only.
expanded.
We have desires only for one reason.
Yes.
We have desires because of ignorance. We have desires only for one reason. It is
Avidya,
ignorance.
kama, karma.
Because of ignorance. Arey, what is the desire you are having? You are having desire for something which will not belong to you. You are having desire for something which does not belong to you. Are you a fool? But this is what you were taught in school. You are a fool because this is what you were taught in school and you continue till you die. So the question is, how can we see SIP in all? And I think Shair told it first. Atmatai also told, I think not Ashok Chotwani told. First, you have to see, okay, मैं कुछ भी ना अहंकारिक फंसा, घोर विद्या अंधकार में फंसा, मैं नहीं ये नहीं, सच में मैं कुछ नहीं, तू सब कुछ मैं कुछ भी नहीं, मैं कुछ. First you have, if you want to see Rohit, I'm giving the first element. Shair, आप भी सुन लो. If you want to see God in all, first thing what you must say, I am nothing. I am nothing. I am nothing. When you realize you are nothing, you can see SIP in everything. First, can you let go of the ego? Can you drop the ego? As long as, Rohit, I'm giving you answers to your question. As long as the ego is in front of you, you cannot see SIP. I have a book. Rohit, have you read the book? The book says, let go of, you have the presentation, the picture of the book. Let go of the ego. Let go of the ego and you will find God. Rohit, you know the spelling of ego? E-G-O. you drop the E. The D will come. E-G-O-D. You drop the E. The G-O-D will come. We are not able to drop the E. And anybody knows why we are not able to drop the E? Anybody can tell me?
Mind.
Ah, beautiful. Girish, beautiful. Me, M-E. Because it is me, me. Rohit, can you see? I put a picture for you. Rohit, can you see? Rohit? I think they
Yes,
can't hear me.
I can see. Sorry, I was on mute.
Unless you let go, remove, you see the E, you push the E out, you can see God. You got the picture? Please don't forget.
Yes.
It's in the internet. You can get this picture in the internet. I will send you on WhatsApp. Okay, back to the... So, my dear friends, we are not able to see God. We are not able to see SIP because E. Rohit, have you heard this bhajan, Rohit? Have you heard this bhajan? Rumata ji ne kya aaj? Prabhu aur apne beech hai parda. Have you heard this? प्रभु और अपने बीच है पर्दा है जो ये अहंकार. शायद सुन रहे हैं? प्रभु और अपने बीच है पर्दा है जो ये अहंकार. अहंकार को जो छोड़ा, अहंकार को जो छोड़ा, अहंकार को जो छोड़ा, उसको मिल गया भगवान. सांसों की माला में सिमरू मैं का नाम. शायद आप लोग आप ये शायरी बोलना शुरू करो शायद. हाँ, तो we have to, Rohit, we have to drop the ego. The ego is brought in by the mind. The mind creates me. As long as there is me, SIP you cannot see. Rohit, as long as there is me, the mind and ego, me, SIP you cannot see. Who, Rohit, I hope you're listening. I'm telling you mainly.
Yes.
Who makes you blind? Rohit?
Mind and ego.
No, the mind. Who makes you blind? It is the mind.
Mind.
Because of the mind and ego of me, SIP you cannot see. My dear friends, you know something? This Zoom call, I wish I had it 25 years back and my master was having this call. I truly wish, how much I wish I would give away everything of mine to be on a call like this. Because we are exploring the deepest secrets of life. What is, some people ask how to make money, how to get married, how to build a business, what nonsense, what questions, irrelevant. How is that going to give you real happiness? You make business, you achieve success, you make money. Is it going to give you real happiness? Then all the richest people in the world will be happy. Hello, Mr. Dasi Budrani, our dear Buddh. Are you there? Tell us, Mr. Buddh, how happy are the richest people in the world? I want Buddha to tell us. He knows the richest people of the world more than I know. Buddha?
Nobody.
No, you give honest. I want you to give honest answer to this group. You are
Yes,
you are in the
you're
society
right.
of the richest.
Nobody is rich. Nobody is happy.
You know many rich people, right?
I think so.
And are they happy?
No, not at all.
See, I'm giving you for what they say straight from the horse's mouth.
Mm.
I'm giving you straight from the horse's mouth. Dasi Budrani must have met more millionaires than all you and me have met together. And he must have met the greatest number of millionaires and billionaires in the world.
I'm nothing.
And you are nothing. That is your humility. That's why you have become Buddha. What I'm saying, my dear friends, it is very important for us. You know, seeing SIP in all is very important. Because seeing SIP in all, you know, Rohit, what question you have put, Rohit? Once you see SIP in all, there's nothing more to do. Once you see SIP in all, ho gaya. Then you are in one nasha. You are in one nasha. प्रभु के प्यार में ऐसा एक नशा है. अरे, you're in that nasha, you don't need anything. प्रभु को प्रेम करने में ऐसा मजा है. You know, the moment you are in that divinity, the moment you are in the ecstasy of God, you don't need anything else. I'm telling you from my personal experience. I was running after money, name, fame, wealth. I made so much money, so many properties, this, that. Nothing is meaningful. Because the fact is not a penny is mine. Isn't it funny that we cannot even take with us one penny? Is it not funny? We cannot even take with us one penny. What are we doing? We cannot take anybody with us. We have to leave. Are we blind? Are we blind because of the mind? Can't we see? Can't we see the truth? The truth is in front of us, staring. Okay, Girish Samatma Rumadaji. Yes, please.
As long as we are driven by judgments based on external attributes of persons,
Means, give example.
we cannot see SIP in all, because
Example.
based on the utility of the person, what profit he can bring to me.
Because then that's only transactional. Nah.
Yes, yes.
If anything in this world is transactional, suppose I love you because I need you, then I don't love you now.
Correct.
If I love you because I need you, then I need you. I don't love you. But if I need you because I love you, then I need you because I love you. That's love, na. So if you are saying that you are going to see God and all because of a transactional point, no, transaction, then you are going down the drain. Okay, so you know what, I thought this subject was very beautiful. I hope before we end, we will get to this. See, my dear friends, the ultimate goal for all of us is this, to see SIP in all. If you ask me in a song, Shair, वो song पता है शायर? वो song पता है? आपने ही गाया. शायर, भूल गए क्या?
Which song, sir?
आपने गाया, रामावध में काशी में
शिव, कान्हा वृंदावन में, दया करो प्रभु देखो इनको हर घर के आंगन में, राधा मोहन शरणम.
This is seeing SIP in all. This is seeing SIP in all. Not fighting धर्म से लड़ना, एक धर्म की दूसरे धर्म से लोग दूसरों की निंदा करना, criticizing others, finding fault in others. Would you find fault in God? Would you find fault in God? Constantly we are controlled by, we are slaves of the mind. Because we are slaves of the mind, we suffer, my dear friends. We have no peace. We have no peace, and peace is priceless. Let me tell you, peace is priceless. And all this affects us to see SIP in all. Samatma.
Shivoham.
Yes, ma'am.
We are not able to see SIP in all because the mind and ego makes us feel that we are all different. So we are all separate. The minute we realize we are one, only then we'll be able to see SIP.
Beautiful. That is called Advaita. That is called Advaita, non-duality. This is the highest form. So Shankaracharya talked about this. Then there is Madhavacharya and Ramanujacharya. One is Advaita, one is Dvaita, and one is Vishisht Advaita. So there are different belief systems, and we are not here to get carried away by these belief systems. If somebody is telling you that system is right, just do namaskar. Just do namaskar. Because if you argue with them, what you're doing, you're spending your valuable time, wasting your valuable time in a meaningless subject. Because this truth cannot be understood. Nobody can understand this truth. This has to be realized. This has to be realized. God, SIP, one and all, That's why I told Ashok Chotwani, don't keep on telling, I know, cut this damn it no out of your vocabulary. Only use the word realize. I realize, I realize, I realize. Remove the word no from your vocabulary. Don't use that word. Because that word is of no value. We have to realize, realize. मैं कुछ भी ना अहंकारिक फंसा, घोर अंधकार विद्या में फंसा. It's very important. रूमाता जी बताइए, and then आत्मत्रय. रूमाता जी.
प्रणाम गुरुजी. शिवोहम.
शिवोहम.
Guruji, I think when we experience Satyam Shivam Sundaram in our life, then we can see SIP in all.
अरे माता जी, वो कैसे अनुभूति होगी?
गुरुजी, जब हम में सब में भगवान को देखेंगे, in flower, in mountain, in.
हाँ, but how to see? That is the point. इंसान में ही भगवान है, भगवान नहीं आसमान में है, कण कण में प्रभु की शक्ति ही है, हर जीव में भगवान है. So how? Yes, Eru and then Atmatra. Eru.
And Guruji, one thing more. Yesterday, Tanu was telling my mother is enlightened. She said only out of love and respect. I am not at all enlightened.
Don't worry about
sorry
it.
On her part.
नहीं, अरे माता जी, you are enlightened to the level you are enlightened. Do not worry about it. Don't you do. अगर सुनिए, अगर कोई मुझे कुत्ता बोलेगा थोड़ी मैं कुत्ता बन जाऊंगा, और कोई मुझे भगवान बोलेगा थोड़ी मैं भगवान बन जाऊंगा. तो चिंता मत कीजिए आप. Yes, Eru, you want to say something? Yes.
The topic reminds me of a story which you tells us often, that it relates to Rohit's original question, that how to see SIP in all. No, I'm not talking about that. How to see SIP in the first place. So you tell us this story that there was a disciple and he went to his guru and asked, what is the need of this creation? Then the guru says, bring water for me. So he goes to the Ganges and brings water in a copper glass. So Guru says, and Guru gets upset and scolds him that I just asked for water. Why did you bring it in the glass? Then he says, but how to bring it? So the Guru says, now do you get your answer? The God can only be seen through his creation. You can't bring water. You need something to bring water.
Okay, very good. So I hope you understand what Eru is telling you. So this was when somebody was wanting to understand where is God, what is God. So see, SIP has to manifest. SIP, the other story which Eru always mentions in the books is this. One man was kept on telling the Bhagwan, Guruji, Bhagwan dekho. Guruji said, no problem. Come, I'll show you. Then Guruji, he took him and he told him, okay, now he told him this is the one. He told, see this? He told, Abhi, iske andar haath dalo. He said, iske andar haath dalo. You can see, and the man, he put hand. You can see, no, I'm not putting my hand inside. I want to come back to India tomorrow. I'm not putting my hand inside. But the point is that if we cannot see God, right? You can experience God. But today, Eru, and I'm going to Atmatra now, how do you see SIP in all? I want to touch that in the next 1 or 2 minutes. We must only Atmatra and then we'll conclude. Thank you, Eru. Oh. Atmatra, yes.
Okay, Shivam sir. We can't see SIP in all because we have made images of everyone. We have to break the images. Some person come, hey, ऐसा है वो ऐसा है, ऐसा हमारे मन में रहता है. वो जो image है ना, उसको हटा के हम देख सके. We can see.
You know, good Atmatra. Thank you. You know, I yesterday, day before yesterday, I was reading the story. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa could not see God in all. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, I think his guru was Totapuri, if I'm not mistaken. Then Totapuri told him, you know why you cannot see SIP in all? Because you are praying to Mother, because you're praying to Goddess Kali. Yeah. So what he told him, next time when Kali comes to you, take a sword take a sword and cut the goddess, cut the head of the goddess. Because as long as the goddess is appearing to you as a goddess, you cannot see God in all. When Kali appeared next time to him, Ramakrishna took a knife and tried to cut, and it went through the neck. It went through. There was no. It was obviously it was just an image of Kali, right? So, my dear friends, first of all, I think there's no question of seeing Sipinol. Rohit, that question is slightly wrong. We have to realize Sipinol. So first of all, I'm correcting the question. How do you realize Sipinol? Seeing Sip, you cannot see. It is not possible to see Sip because Sip is not seeable. Sip is invisible. So you cannot see Sip in all. But you can realize Sipinol. You can experience Sipinol. The moment you are enlightened, the moment you reach that state of anubhuti, that moment you let go of the ego, the moment you transcend your mind, and most important, none of you told this clearly. If you want to realize Sipinol, it can only be done in consciousness. It can only be done in a state of consciousness. It can only be done in a state of Sat Chit Anand. Because without a state of Sat Chit Anand, you cannot realize Sipinol. Because the mind will not let you. The mind is shaitan. The mind, ladies and gentlemen, the mind is a shaitan. It will rob away the Bhagavan. The mind is a shaitan. It will steal the Bhagavan. You must not let the mind come in front because the mind makes us blind. Remember these rhymes. It's very easy. The mind makes us blind as long as we are the mind and ego. Me, Sip, we cannot see. Sip, we cannot be. And if you cannot, first what Ashok Chotwani said, and I think even Atmatra said, and Rajesh Shahid said, first you dissolve into nothingness. You dissolve into Sip. You have to realize you are Sip. Rohit, until you see Sip in yourself. What Samatma said it beautifully. Samatma said it in very beautiful words. I am the soul. Soul is Sip. I am Sip. Sipinol. Rohit, learn from Samatma's words. Samatma said, gave the answer. First, you must realize I am the soul. The soul is Sip. I am Sip. Sipinol. Therefore, the answer comes in the 4 letters ISIS, ISIS. The answer comes in the 4 letters ISIS. And how many other calls we may have like this, right? A call will not make you realize Sip in all. Just one call cannot make you realize Sip in all. You need liberation. You need mukti. Mukti from BME, the body, mind, ego. You need to be in that state of anubhuti. And when you reach that state of anubhuti, then my favorite, what I tell you always, आत्मा त्रय प्रभु है छोटवानी वही है रोहित में प्रभु है ब्लिको भी वही है ऐरू तो प्रभु है गिरिश भी वही है सब कुछ वही है सब कुछ वही है. This anubhuti comes. Folded hands. We will see you tomorrow at 7:30. Tomorrow is Friday. See you tomorrow.
Hello. Can I?
Thank you, Gurudev.